Why do you start talking the minute I say we're starting the broadcast? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Night Warfare, brought to you by the Armchair Dragoons. It is currently 1902 on the 17th of January, 2024. It is a pleasure to be with you with the Dogs of War all assembled. So what are we doing tonight? Well, I can't tell you yet because I have to do a tweet. I absolutely have to because perhaps Ron will watch us. We hope to have Ron back with us soon. We're sad. He hasn't been around in a while. But I want to say, I have been asked for a while to try out different World War II rule sets, and I'm basically resistant to it. And I'll tell you why. It's not because I don't like them, it's because there are too many. I guess it's the popularity of that period here in America and in Britain and in the other hubs of gaming. But oh my God, there are a lot. And I go farther to say, and we were talking about this going online, and I will allow our guy Vance to rebut or the others to rebut if they wish. But unlike anything in Napoleonics, anything, anything, y'all World War II people are down in the howling weeds. I mean, the trying to match gear. Hey, OJ, can I get a confirm that we're broadcasting because this thing is still? I don't know if the internet is sleeping or not.
Yeah, you are.
All right, cool. Hi, everybody.
We are. I am, but we are getting echo feedback from Destruct.
Yeah, Destruct.
Oh, that's weird.
Can you? Yeah, we're hearing ourselves through you. So there we are. Broadcasting because this and there's everybody. Hey, has your first nice Turk. Nice to see you. But and yeah, Matt, good to see you. And we should have that feedback corrected. Thank you. It's like and this is the one I was talking about because oh God, it's spent forever. The Steyr heavy car, really? That had to be a Steyr heavy car. You're sure that this unit had a Steyr heavy car and no other far more available vehicle? You know, that wasn't a truck like an Opel Blitz that couldn't possibly have been, I don't know, a Schwimmwagen. Nothing had to, all right. So yes, it's Rapid Fire Reloaded. Now, for those who don't know, Rapid Fire is an old set of rules. It dates back to the 90s. So before somebody in this particular game was born, I suspect.
Was that a shot at me?
No, I didn't say any names.
Yes,
I
it
didn't
was.
say any names.
It's only 3 years before I was born. Okay.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and it's gone through a whole lot of iterations, but all along the way, they've done two things. They've kept refining the rules, big thumbs up, but they've also kept the rules internally consistent so that the scenario books don't have to get pitched out the window. You got to make a tweak or two, but they're not fundamentally different. And they've also consistently simplified the rules. So when they released Rapid Fire Reloaded, which is the system we've got here, which, by the way, if you're inclined, is available on Wargame Vault, both it and the extra set are available for a grand total of $10.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Which is, you know, and it's actually a lovely book. It's very nicely put together, lovely graphics, simple rules. We'll see. But, you know, this was released in 2020 to 22. I don't know exactly when. I'm talking here to the copyright. But, you know, when this rule set came out, they took a pretty basic set of rules and stripped them down even more. And I'm not sure they didn't go a little too far. I'll talk about a spot or two where that is the case. But, well, we'll see, because we're trying it out. We'll get things wrong. You know that. We'll probably have conversations. We'll see how many times you have to dive back to the rules. And God knows we're going to confuse OJ because we're making him learn another rule set.
Well, we can always jump back to 2nd edition if we really are bothered.
Well, no, and the other thing is I've got 2nd edition up here because it does clarify what they had in mind with certain things and helped me understand some of the pieces of the rules. But what am I talking about? This rule set is built to portray regiments on a side. So we've clearly blown all the way up from rule sets like Chain of Command and even above Spearhead. Each one of these bases, I'm over here now looking at the British. Each one of these bases represents a company, these sets of 4. That's a full infantry company. Each one of these vehicles represents 5 vehicles. So
The
this is
battlefield looks so small for such large forces.
well, but the point is, because of the way it scales, it's not. And again, that it sort of shrinks back and forth. This is a small battle. I figured this is the introductory scenario that is in the rule book. That's why I only asked 4 of you to be here with me tonight, because there just really weren't the ones to pass out. The next one that we've got, which is what the heck? You would think Dummy would remember these things, but I don't. Hell's Highway. Yeah, it's Hell's Highway from their Market Garden supplement. Is much larger.
Yeah, free scenarios on their website.
Yeah,
lots of them.
And that's the thing. They've done magnificent levels of scenario support. So big thumbs up to that. So again, this is a very high level game. You should bear that in mind. The movements reflect it. The ranges reflect it. But let's talk through a turn. On any given turn, you have to first take morale tests. Now, there will be no morale test initially. Why do you take a morale test? There's really only 2 reasons. Number 1, if one of your vehicles gets a damaged result. We'll talk about how you get that. It's very simple. Please bear in mind these are simplified rules. They make no apology for that. But when you take when you take damage, you will take a morale test. The only other way to get it is when your units hit 20 casualties. You'll notice these guys come in 2s. That's going to matter in a little bit. That is a change from the previous rule set. But when your companies take 20 casualties, or 50% if they're smaller, but this is 20s, you then have to start taking morale tests to see if they leave the field.
Do you want to define a unit quickly?
No. Chance observe. The next thing we're... because it's actually straightforward. This here is a unit. This here is then everything else is a unit, and I've got them labeled is why I don't say it, because like I say, this Piat team for some reason is all by itself.
I meant for the rest of the people. The full battalion is considered the unit.
Oh yeah,
unlike in normal games where like each base would technically be or whatever.
If you mean it that way, yeah. This whole creature is considered a unit from which 20 casualties may be taken before dice rolls have to commence. The other thing is, and boy oh boy did it take me a while to realize what they were up to, almost all batteries, there are exceptions in the advanced rules, almost all batteries come in pairs. There's going to be a very specific reason for that. It's an interesting system. I haven't made up my mind about it, but I am fascinated by it. So we've already talked about morale. Number 2, observation tests, the chance variety, are carried out. There is no more important system in this rule set than observation. You can shoot at anything you can see. You cannot see everything. And I have watched videos, I have read books, I have read forums, because it is at times a little bit obtuse. Here we go. I'm going to make copies so I don't obstruct. Who did I just lose?
Nobody.
I chose a color.
Oh, cool. Good man. All right. See these 2 guys like this?
Mm-hmm.
They cannot see each other. These hedges block line of sight. This guy up here, he is now, because he has placed himself adjacent to it, is now in cover. He is in cover and is invisible to other things unless specifically spotted. We'll talk about how. I don't want to change my terrain that much. Here we go. This guy, until he makes a check, cannot see this guy. Just can't see him. It's partially a function of scale. This guy can see this guy and can shoot freely at him at his convenience.
Non-symmetrical LOS.
Mm-hmm.
I already hate this.
It's because of the scale is what it comes down to. It's that you can't think of these as individual guys because they're not.
That's okay.
This guy here once per turn, and anybody else that might be near, if they're in a spotting position. And I don't know if you were here when I said advance. I have posted the quick reference sheet onto my tabletop, or into the chat in Discord. It's a pinned post.
Yep.
Out to 12 inches in soft cover, this guy can say, I want to try to spot that guy right there. If he has not fired. That's key. If he has not fired, he gets what's called a spot chance on a 5 or a 6. 5 or 6, he says, and then everybody can see him. If this guy shoots, and that's the big difference, if he is fired from his current location, it doesn't matter, and now he can see him. He's going to be able to see him.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
All right, so if he's in there hiding, totally different circumstance than if he's shooting. All right. So every turn, you're allowed to look around the field. It didn't come up too much with Velker and myself because we never got that close to each other, to be honest. Because by that time we were shooting at each other and it didn't matter, right? So just a couple of general things. Max visibility anywhere is 48 inches, or 60 if the target has fired from its current spot.
In the open.
Correct. This is all for the open. Crawling or static infantry cannot be seen unless they fire. If they are... Yeah, crawling or static infantry cannot be seen.
So you can crawl from one side of the board all the way to the other?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's missing a phrase. That's interesting. The QRS is missing a phrase.
That's supposed to have in the wheat.
Here, in this wheat. Sorry. Yes, you can. Yeah, you can crawl. If you're crawling through here or static and you don't fire, you can be unobserved.
Okay. That phrase helped a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of key. It's kind of key. I won't dispute that for a moment. Movements are marked. So that is chance observation. The next thing you do, oh dear God, is fire smoke. You will notice
it's very limited. It's very limited.
Yes and no, because everybody can do it. Unlike
once or twice.
Yeah, except that in chain of command, nobody can launch smoke except the British. The Germans here can launch smoke pretty much willy-nilly. You're right to say that there are numbers of limitations, but let's go through it. It's pretty simple. Smoke blocks line of sight by masking enemy elements or positions. It takes place before firing and movement, so that troops or vehicles can move behind the cover provided. You cannot fire through smoke. The use of smoke is 2 rounds per game for all mortars and guns capable of firing HE. So you don't fire your HE that round and instead fire smoke. Tank guns that fire HE can fire 1 smoke per game. To fire, identify which guns and mortars are firing. Roll a d6. On a 5 or a 6, their smoke lands. All of the throws are a miss. 5 or 6. Weapons firing.
Where does the smoke go if you miss?
Nowhere.
Failed.
Okay.
You get no smoke. Weapons firing smoke may not fire again in the same turn. It disperses at the end of the enemy turn. This is the smoke pattern. You will notice how I have labeled it.
Do we get high off of it or something?
No, it just makes CT incredibly happy to fire smoke. It brings him joy, and I would never deny him joy. So we've talked about observation, we've talked about cover, we've talked about movement. Movement is actually very straightforward. There are only 3 movement categories for infantry. One is road, where you must spend the entire movement on the road. The other is off-road, where you must, well, that's what it is. And the other is crawling. which has a benefit in combat as well as in being spotted. Firing at the enemy. The target has to be visible. It may be a vehicle, group of infantry, or any non-vehicle mounted weapon with crew. AFVs may fire one turret weapon and one hull weapon each turn if they have it. All non-turret guns and vehicles, wheel guns and tank machine guns may only fire targets in front of a line drawn behind them. It's pretty generous. So this tank, anything in front of that. So very, very generous line of sight. Key rule. You must declare in advance who's shooting at a single target. It matters. Because, 2 reasons. Number 1, you can't you can't wait to see if you destroy something before you move on. And 2, if you do hits to this guy and you only do 1 hit, you don't kill the whole base. That is probably the biggest single change I can spot between the old rules and the new.
People were mentioning that in the forums.
These used to be single-based. Now they're double-based. You have to kill both in order to get rid of the base. All excess hits are lost. So there is some merit in going in there and piling on extra fire. We will go in the following order because that's what we're asked to do. Namely, high explosives first, anti-tank second, infantry and machine guns. You may not fire through friendly troops, guns, and vehicles, or enemy vehicles. How do we do
But you can fire through enemy infantry?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. I assume it's because why do you care, right?
Yeah.
Well,
The shell doesn't stop when it hits somebody. When it hits a vehicle, maybe, but not when it hits a person.
Measurement is nearest to nearest. Nearest point to nearest point. So what do? We select a target. We then determine how many D6 we throw. And you can see that listed right there on the chart. Infantry figures are 1d6 per 2 guys. A moving vehicular machine gun or autocannon is 1d6. The British carrier gets its own stat. We have a bunch of those running around here. 2d6. Static vehicular machine gun is 3. Static MMG, which there's a bunch of on this table, 4 dice. So it's, and I don't think I got any HMGs. So, yeah. Do.
Not only guess we got some American 50 cals.
No, not for this scenario. Then, how do you do range? It goes by range, and then it goes whether the target is in the open, hard, or soft cover. Taking a simple example, medium range, soft target, you roll all those dice and you're looking for 5s and 6s. Every 5 or 6 is an automatic kill. But again, you need to get 2 or more to be able to kill one of these bases. Indirect HE fire. For both of you, you have artillery batteries. The Germans have these lunatic Nebelwerfers, which we'll talk about separately. These guys, because they're those guys, every artillery battery in this game is going to come with its own special spotter. There are many spotters. This one is yours. He obviously has a vehicle. He can be in it or not. We'll talk about why you might not want to be in it. Oh, forgive me. It is 6 inches to load your dudes or unload your dudes. Should they be somewhere?
What does that mean? Sorry.
Towing or disembarking or this. You probably you could send this vehicle out and that vehicle's driving around. Now you want to deploy the spotter. 6 inches of movement. Another point of movement I grievously skipped, and I ask you that you forgive me, is that you can move your full move, but if you move more than 6 inches, you can only turn once. This is specifically designed, I found it on a forum, to prevent you from going forward, getting behind somebody, and turning around. So if you go more than 6 inches, you may only turn once.
It's also infantry getting out of a vehicle. You reduce the vehicle movement by 6 inches, and they get a 3-inch move and can shoot.
Yes. Yes, quite so. Quite so. So, everyone's got a spotter. When you call for spotting, you must roll a die. Anything but a 1, the fire comes. At that point, you're going to identify the target that you have to be able to see it. Once again, spotting matters. You're then going to roll. You are going to roll a 1d6. On a 6, you hit a moving target. On a 5 or 6, you hit a static target. If you hit the second tube, that's why there are 2 of them. The first one needs needs a 6 to hit a mover, a 5 or a 6 to hit a static. If you hit, the second one hits automatically.
Ouch.
If you oh yeah, this stuff is simple. If you miss, the second one hits on a 4, 5, 6. Based on how many hit, you get to roll those many d6. There is a deduct. There is a deduct if you hit hard cover. These guns, so you know, are not big enough to take out armor. This gun, hypothetically, could take out a light vehicle. These naval Werfers. It's not good odds, but they could theoretically. And obviously they're not firing smoke at that point. They're firing their wicked rocket barrage. That's a huge mortar. I didn't realize that. I never realized that. I've played with naval Werfers, but I always use them to drop smoke. I've never seen them fire those bloody mortars. Those are big. Anyway. We then talk about anti-tank shots. This is actually a fairly elegant system. So far, I find it satisfactory. I guess you'll judge. Take a look at any tank. You will discover it has a target class and it has a gun class. Lower is better. It's on a scale from 1 to 4. There are some 5s. I take it back. There are some 5s. Lower is better. You take the gun class and compare it to the target class. If the target class is lower than the gun class, you subtract the difference for the roll to hit. If the gun class is lower than the target class, you add the difference to the roll to hit. If they're even, obviously you add nothing. Once you determine that difference, there are a few other minor modifiers: short range, rear or side shot, target moved last turn, fire or will move, concealed in cover and at long range. At that point, it just becomes a range shot based on target class. You have to roll a 4+ to hit. If you hit, it then becomes basically a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 roll. At short or medium range, a 1, 2 is no damage, a 3, 4 is damage, which requires a morale check, and a 5, 6 is destroyed. If you damage a vehicle twice in any turn, it's destroyed.
Is there a facing modifier for defense? Like
Yes.
If you're behind the line, essentially, that's when you get the flanking.
flank?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Also, the 25 pounders can destroy armored vehicles. They're 87 millimeter.
Those are considered 87s?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you needed...
It's over 80. It's over 80 millimeter or larger. Like caliber of 80 millimeter or larger can destroy fully enclosed AFV.
It is 80. Okay, that's okay. So all right. So it's just barely over. Okay, so they did give it to both of them. All right, very good. We talked about smoke. We talked about testing for hits. Talked about close assault. This is units.
We could probably save that until it actually happens.
Yeah, we'll go over that. Good point. And then I'm gonna skip a rule because it's the other hugely important rule other than concealment. The naval Werfer may only use indirect fire. That's what it has. You have to call it in as always. The way it works, you throw 2d6. If you roll a 6, that's the hit on whether it's moving or stationary. For each hit, you throw 5d6 for casualties, or 4 if it's in hard cover. Every 5 or 6 is 1 casualty. If the target is an armored vehicle, you only get 1 of those, and a 6 destroys. I'm here to tell you that when Nebelwerfers land on infantry, they're nasty. Ask me how I know. The final rule, and it's gigantically important, is ambush firing. If any of a player's weapons or infantry have not moved or fired in their own turn, they may interrupt their opponent's turn with ambush firing. This may not be done by indirect fire. This is only infantry and direct fire tanks and such. Ambushers may fire as normal in the next turn, note the next turn, unless other restrictions apply. The firer must be able to see the target by line of sight. If ambush firing at an AFV results in damage, it must take an immediate morale test before completing its turn, and must react as the test result demands. What this amounts to is, especially, and it's a huge deal for the guy going first, but it also, because not only does he have to be worried about these guys that go second shooting at him, he's got to decide if he wants to shoot in his turn. Because if you shoot in your turn, you can't ambush fire if these guys go. Yes, the British are the first movers here. So it's a neat little thought game as to whether or not you want to do this, whether you want to hold it or go. This is Operation Epsom. It's a part of it, the battle for Mouen. You actually, Achilles, have played a little portion of this battle against CT in Chain of Command. I had forgotten. So this is an interesting thing. For what it's worth. Deployments. We have a map.
So what you're telling me is I've already been beaten on this map.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
But technically you're only using like 4 stands in this game for your game.
Yeah. So let me get rid of the extras. The Germans deploy in the blue area. The blue dashed area. 1 infantry company, a whole company, mind you, and 1 medium machine gun must begin facing west toward Colville. Over this way. So their initial facing must be away from the line of the British advance. No troops are dug in. The Panther moves on turn 1. It enters on turn 1, and it enters right here. The British must begin the game north of the red dotted start line BB. So I take that to be this way and that way.
Oh, no, what's north? Sorry, north is up here.
Mm-hmm.
So north of that line is what's it? I only see a B. Is there 2 Bs?
It runs all the way through the hill.
Yeah, so that means anywhere here.
To me, I've taken it looking at the map that it's from here to here. Yeah, because otherwise,
why wouldn't it be all the way here?
Because they stopped the line. The line.
There are two B's between B and B.
Yeah, there's if you look at the map, both those B's start and stop where you see them. This B is here, and this one's under the hill. So the line is actually here.
I cannot see the second B.
No,
I would have no idea it's there.
Yeah, it's fair enough. It's under the hill.
No worries, Bart.
We want
Nobody
to
can.
mention that the houses being tall houses.
Did I get there?
I'll be quiet.
Are you being patient? You're not being patient.
He's young.
Yeah, he's eager. He is eager. There are 4 buildings that are higher and that allow you to see over woods. These buildings are this one, and this one, this one, and this one. There is behind everything you can see, the best example is this little wood, this little copse that we have over here. If you're seeing over it, there is a 4-inch dead zone behind it that you can't see. And finally, this little hill. It causes no movement penalty. It otherwise would, by the way. And it offers no special advantage to observers, but it does provide cover. So if you're behind it, you cannot be seen if you're in touch with it. All right. Who wants to be Germans? Who wants to be British? There's 2 of each.
Hey,
I already
Jim, real
chose my
quick.
side.
I'd like to be British.
Grab this side.
Join me.
Yeah, but you're Canadian, so sorry.
Commonwealth counts. Yes, OJ.
Has said in the chat that you seem to be a little harder to hear tonight, a little quieter, and I hit the play button and it did sound like you were a lot quieter than the others.
Okay, let me take myself up a little bit because, yeah, the dummy system reset me. Oh, doggone.
I mean, it wasn't real bad, but it was noticeable.
Yeah, unfortunately, that means that it reset the whole. All right, so while I'm going to fix my sound, and I'm going to do that, I'm going to go fix it. I want y'all to, you know where to set up, right? You know where to go? What I would say to you that have these big gun things, like this here and this here, if you want to put them out, that's fine. If you want them in the vehicle, just put out the vehicle. You know, there's no need if you're towing a gun to actually tow it behind. It's a weird basing system that I just don't care to get into, to be honest.
Is everything except the Panther on the board?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Including your infantry gun, self-propelled infantry gun.
So was
okay.
Banson destruct the British and you and I the Germans there?
That's the way of it.
All right.
Okay.
Makes
All
sense.
right, Vance, who do you want?
Poop.
What tickles your fancy?
What tickles your fanny?
Well,
Okay. He said what did he say? He said,
how about infantry?
Okay,
Is
you
that
want
what
the
you're-
infantry? Sure, I
Yeah.
don't care.
I don't sure how you want to support. How do you want to split the support dudes?
Okay, I think you should have that.
Okay,
Um,
I've got a pit team, so you can take that one.
oh, you do? Well, okay, sure.
You can
So,
put in the commander here.
how about that?
All anti-tank weapons have a range of 6 inches, FYI.
Does that look okay to you?
Yeah.
6
That
inches?
looks good.
Yep. That's huge on this.
Yeah, so you got the arty. Yep.
Well, we can just. I'll move it, but if you need it, obviously we'll use it for you. I just
Yeah,
figured, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I
Okay.
think part of this, Achilles, is remember these are companies, right? You know,
Sure.
it's not individuals. So
Like if we wanted to, we could do the whole bring it down to 6 mil and pile on miniatures onto a base.
no,
okay.
we were just looking at how far 6 inches is on the board, right? That's I think.
Yeah, you've pretty much got to be on top of them.
So the way ground skill was explained in the stuff I've looked at, it's about like 500 meters for every 12 inches.
Yeah, but that's like trying to do it in Shaco, because if you read the rules, they give almost the exact same line word for word that Arnie Conliff gives in Shaco. The ground scale works with the weapon ranges.
Oh yeah, I just meant if someone wanted to kind of bring it into a little bit of more concreteness, it's roughly that.
There has
So
to be
basically,
some- yeah.
an AT gun would be firing at about 250 meters, which would be, the preferred or the normal firing range, although the round would go a heck of a lot further than that. So
Yeah, but no game deals with rounds going off willy-nilly. That's so much to take care of.
okay.
So sorry,
Jim-
there's got to be victory conditions of this.
What?
Little
No,
matchup?
it's just who feels like you won. No, that was a lie. Thank you for that, by the way.
Man, we lost.
The
Oh,
Germans,
wait.
there are no turn limits, so it's when you get sick of each other.
All right, time to go home.
Yeah, the Germans win if they hold Mouen and keep the enemy at least 6 inches from the village. The British win if they capture Mouen or have at least 2 units within 6 inches of the village.
Okay, so there's that unit word again.
Yeah, and that's why a company is a unit.
A company is a unit.
Yep.
Okay. But this whole
But for morale purposes, you take it by
That's
the
whole
battalion.
battalion.
That is specifically
Yeah.
why I resisted your definition attempt.
Ah,
Because
got it.
They use those words interchangeably.
Okay. Jim
What
said
are
something
these?
about.
Those
Don't worry about those yet.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Achilles.
Yes, you specifically said that there was something that had to be facing west for the Germans.
One
Who is that?
infantry company and one of your medium machine guns.
Okay.
So you've got first company, second company, third company. One of those.
And they have to
Okay.
be facing west.
Yep.
you
Yeah.
said?
This
Okay,
this
so-
direction.
That direction. Okay.
Oh. Okay, OJ, how do you want to do this, man? You got the command seat, so
The
you know,
big
you tell me.
command chair.
Only because that was
You
the only
took
chair
blue,
left.
man. Huh?
It was the
No,
last
no.
chair.
It was not. It was so
It
not. I
was.
took green after you took blue.
No. There, I'm
So
gray.
yeah.
Now you can take blue.
No, I think not.
Mister, I'm a professional tanker.
Somebody's ringing my doorbell. I'll be right back.
Jehovah's Witness.
And puppies.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
So Jim, we can pretty much divide our forces up however we want to. Is that correct? Or
Yep, that's right.
okay.
Behind the line, right?
Yep.
Oh man.
Land shark.
It was my wife who couldn't get into the house.
Oh dear.
Lol.
That's serious.
Oh.
Have I improved the volume any? Please report from the chat. Thank you.
Okay, so we can pretty much break these forces up any way we want to, Achilles. So
Sure. They don't. There doesn't seem to be a rule about that.
So what does my Italian HQ confer any
You wanna divide it
thing
just like that?
extra to
Ah,
stuff?
yes, a fine question.
That's fine.
Let me go to that.
Okay.
That is relevant
I'll take
during
the right.
the morale check. If that CO is dead, it's a bad thing. Other than that, I don't see any bonus. No.
Other than that, they're just troops.
Yep, they're troops.
What are
No,
these
it's a-
things for?
So it's a bad thing. There are no good things about them.
None that I've been able to spot. In some cases, they are the spotters for offboard artillery. They are not in this case because you have an FO.
Okay.
Oh,
So if
that's the other thing. Time out. They can spot for these guys. I think that's all you've got, right? That's all your indirect.
Oh
no, and these guys.
no, we got another mortar team.
Yeah. They can spot for them.
So I don't want to leave them just hiding in the village.
Yeah,
Then.
no.
Well, you could if you stick them in that high building.
Yes,
they
yes.
see
High
everything
building,
anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
Hang on a second.
He's in the high building.
Look at that, huh?
So Jim, what are these markers on the edge of the table for?
What are these
You
things
will
for?
ignore them.
Okay.
What
I
they
don't want to
are-
ignore them.
What they are in future, those are blinds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured they were blinds. I just didn't know how they were playing in
We
the
are
night.
not using them this evening. We will use them perhaps in future.
So you said one infantry company and one machine gun has to face west.
Yes, sir.
At least at the start. Then they can face whatever direction, or they have to face west the whole time.
No, they just have to start that way. Shit. Stuff. I'm still too low. Yes, if you've got a Steyr heavy car model, yes, I want one. And yes, Red Ouroboros, a tank is a whole platoon. It's 5 vehicles.
Yeah. Is this okay if I put my tank there to give you some support?
Yeah.
He likes having tank that.
Not going to argue about that.
No, I want no support.
Can I jam an anti-tank gun? Can I jam an anti-tank gun into a building?
Anti-tank guns. Actually, the only thing you can blind fire at is a building, but it's not effective, particularly.
He means
can
you put it in?
a building?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You're basically putting it in a built-up area.
Yeah, that's the point.
Okay, that's fine.
These are not individual buildings by any stretch.
However, since you're on offense, that's a great defensive tactic.
Yeah, but anti-tank guns aren't very good for offense.
What? Oh, really?
Uh-oh.
Oh, really?
Kids, boys.
Oh dear. Okay. This one has to be. This one does begin on the map. Where does he have to come in?
You can stick him anywhere in that box.
Anywhere in the blue box.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh. Okay.
And this is just a decorative train track?
Yeah, for all practical purposes. If a unit were flush up against it, it would have partial. That would create. Actually, no, it doesn't. It's too low. I take it back. Yeah, it's decorative. It was there, I guess.
It's fine.
I worked very hard to find it.
I think if we do something like Carpicade, it actually provides cover.
No, that's
Yeah, because that was a raised bed. Yeah.
Yeah, the sides of the road in Hell's Highway do.
Later in the game, Vance, a locomotive is going to go down that track.
Shh! Don't tell
And
me.
And then we gotta wait. Then we gotta wait a couple hours before we can
That's
resume.
right. when the little crossing gate goes down, it blocks line of sight, and everybody has to wait.
Don't tell secrets.
Train blocks line of sight.
Don't tell secrets.
And I think Burt Lancaster will be on top of it.
So, like, if our moms call us for dinner, do we have to go then?
Yes, I think that's the rule. I can't imagine what else the rule would be.
OJ,
Yeah.
there's already somebody in there.
Is there? I can't see him.
Yes.
I know.
Nothing's highlighting when I hover over it. That's why.
What
I-
building? What
he's-
building you in?
he's
That
right
one
here.
right there. Here.
Right
Hang
there.
on.
Right there.
Check it out. Oh, look at that.
He's supposed to be in there anyway,
you
up
go.
on that second floor.
There you go.
There.
Now you can.
Oh.
You can
Oh wait a minute. There's no windows there.
It's fine. It's perfectly fine.
Okay.
You can shoot through the walls.
Again, representation.
Make a hole. Hey, you said
Some-
each of these stands is representative of what?
Each of
No,
those-
every 4 stands is a company.
Yep.
As a company. Okay. So yeah, so if he put 4 stands in there, that'd be over 100 guys in there. So
Mhm.
And guns can't move without their vehicle.
Correct.
Hmm.
Will that work in there?
Well, what working where?
Man-handled wheeled guns move 6 inches on a road or 3 inches cross country.
Or will those buildings cause problems?
So they can be manhandled.
Yes.
Was that right?
Okay.
That I missed.
I
Does
think your
the,
QRS is not quite as.
I hate my QRS now. I hate it. It makes me angry.
is the firing arc for these infantry the same as like the tanks? Everything in front of?
They're 360.
Oh, they're 360. Oh, okay.
Yep, 6 and 3. The man speaks.
So they don't really have a facing. Okay.
And the infantry gun is what?
Which ones?
It'll be
The
like a
firing
tank, I'm sure.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
the vehicles are the only things that are.
Yeah, it's this back line.
I wasn't sure because I didn't know if it actually had a moving turret or not. That's why I didn't know if it had the same firing.
It does not
arc.
have a
It
moving
does,
turret.
no, the Gorilla does not have a
Right.
turret, but nonetheless, it's a group of. What's the aggregate term for a gorilla?
A gaggle of gorilla?
Gaggle of gorillas. That's what I think.
How about a battery?
A family,
That is not interesting. I'm not
A murder
tribe?
of gorilla.
a murder
A
of
tribe?
gorillas. A tribe. There we go. See, the other children are being creative, Vance. What's wrong with you?
Yes, Mr. Square Buttons.
Look, don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's not me. It's you that's that way. Everybody pretty much is set up as they're likely to be.
Okay, Achilles, come yell at me. I know you want to. On my
Huh?
deployments.
No, I know not. I know not why I should be yelling at you.
Okay.
No, I mean, since these are 360 and as they say, this is super generous. I mean, yeah, it really doesn't matter. Plus the scale. I mean, like if these were individual, like this
Right.
tank, for example, you
Yep.
want to fire off from the front, not towards the front. But in
Yeah.
a case like this, it doesn't matter.
Jim, this mortar isn't going to have a problem firing over these buildings, right?
Nope.
If it's sitting there.
Sure not.
I'm sorry?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Although, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, these guys need to be on the field.
No. They are off.
No?
They are off.
Okay.
That is what your FO
They're
is
way in
for.
the back.
I went through all the trouble to make those, only to discover, much to
That
my
they're
great
not on there?
joy, I didn't have to. That's okay. It was fun building naval warfares, but
They look pretty.
they do. I like them.
Yeah.
And how much
They're-
smoke do they shoot per?
Oh yeah, their smoke is different than their smoke is not regular smoke. They are
Just asking
It's
for a friend.
orange.
Just asking for a friend.
It's orange.
Naval Warfares may also fire smoke rounds twice each game, a total of 4d6, so 2 each time. If they hit, they produce a smoke cloud 6 inches wide and 1 inch deep.
Jeez.
So this sucker is 3, so it's 2 of these.
Yes, they're our version of the MLRS here.
That's exactly what it is.
Mm.
All right. Well, how bad can we screw it up? Pretty darn bad.
Probably terribly, yeah.
Probably terribly.
Here we go.
Challenge accepted.
Give us a minute. We'll
Yeah.
make that happen.
Everybody be nice to everybody else. We start out with morale and resulting actions. Obviously, there's no morale checks here because nobody shot at nobody. We go to the next phase, chance observation tests. Nobody's within 12 inches, which would make chance observation relevant. Firing smoke. Do the British want to try to fire any smoke?
Sure. What do you say? We fill this gap with smoke?
Yeah, we might as well. Actually, so I have a question before we begin, and I'm going to overcomplicate things entirely.
Mm-hmm.
This is in cover, right?
Let's have a look. That's a good point. That guy is in cover.
Is the back of him in cover?
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
So going through this gap, that's still cover.
Yeah, it's cover.
Got it. Awesome. So I can't see him at all.
No.
Good. Then yes, I totally agree with popping down smoke.
Okay.
Who are we going to pocket? Oh, I guess you got the 2-inch mortar. However,
What don't we use? Like, how much smoke do these guys have? Just
they've
2?
got 2 each. Everyone's got a very limited amount of smoke.
Okay.
So I'm not even sure if we want to do that yet.
Maybe not yet. Yeah, maybe not yet. I mean, I want to pull in our rolling barrage, but apparently we can't do that either. So.
Oh, you'll be able to rolling barrage, especially once they start. Oh, I see what you mean, rolling barrage wise. Yeah. Okay, so no smoke. Moving. Everybody moves.
All right. So all of these guys here want to crawl.
Well, you know what that is. 3 inches. Straight ahead.
Pretty sure this will give you soft cover up to 6 inches anyway. If you want to just move through it.
The thing is that at 3 inches, he's invisible.
I want to be completely invisible. I don't want that artillery landing on my head. Possibly. I guess you can't see me at all, though, can you?
No, you can't. 'Cause
Like,
you
what
have
is?
Go ahead.
Does movement make you visible?
Crawling or static infantry in cover cannot be seen unless they fire. So if you
Right,
move,
but-
you're visible in there.
Right. That's why I'm crawling.
Now, in fairness, out to 48 inches.
Yeah. But
That's right about there.
yeah. So there's 3 movement values on my thing. It's 9,
First
6,
one is
and
on
3.
the road. Second one is off the road.
Oh, right.
The third is crawling.
Yep. And so
you can't turn twice if you go that far.
You only turn once.
Mm-hmm. Not you. I'm talking to Destruct.
Yeah. Do I not follow the road?
Nope. You show me where it says that.
Okay. There.
You've got tracks. You don't have to follow a road. I'm very curious.
I actually looked that up both in the base rules and in Rapid Fire itself.
Well, okay. No, that's fine.
Crawling. Hey, OJ. Hey, Achilles. There's a bunch of no-see-ums in these weeds.
Bunch of guys we don't know are there.
They are not there. They are not being seen.
Sir, not being seen in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this goofy thing. I think. So he's 15 off-road.
Mm-hmm.
And terrain doesn't really affect that.
Hills do, that doesn't. Hills do, woods do.
This hill doesn't.
This hill doesn't. Hills usually do, is my point.
Right.
That
But
hill has
not
an exemption.
today.
So let's go this way.
That's what its name means in French.
And this is 15. No, this is 12 off-road. 12. And I can turn once, you said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think the HQ's Brent is just going to hang out. All right, so I'm through moving there.
All right.
Destruct.
Destruct, you good?
Yep, that's me.
All right. Well, then, since we are all done moving, the next thing is close assaults. Well, we don't have any of those.
Move this guy?
Oops, sorry. I forgot about that guy.
Oh, that guy's mad at you. He didn't want to move.
Actually, it doesn't matter. I can just...
Yeah, you can
go.
You can whatever. And get that one turn in, which is perfectly fine. Okay. Now we would do close assaults. None of that. Do we have any fire to designate?
Can we shoot at buildings?
Well, what it says, we will do this. The spec fire is come on. Observation. And there's an interesting conversation about how they acknowledge that people probably resent the fact that you can't do reconnaissance by fire. That's the phrase I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that generally speaking you can't, but it's trying to the argument they make is you can see everybody on the table, so you got to compromise somewhere.
That's fair.
You know, you've got to figure out. Yeah, I know there's a guy in there because I saw you put him there. But where?
No, yeah, but say like a standard British assault, the standard procedure was to artillery the crap out of the location that you were going to assault for like an hour before you jumped off, right?
Yeah, that's quite right.
I can't remember if shooting at a building is okay, though.
There is, and I just, for whatever reason, is suddenly not finding it under what I was looking for it under. Perhaps it's under observation.
Well, see, Vance, you're doing a standard breach assault. Here's your breach. So you start with suppression, then you go to obscuration, then you go to secure.
There it is. Speculative firing. That's what they call it.
Speculative fire, sure.
Speculative firing is only allowed when firing smoke or at buildings. So, what would the net of?
So we could have artillery these buildings then.
Well,
We still have a chance.
yeah,
we're in that phase.
You haven't missed anything. That's why we're having this
Oh,
conversation.
I thought. Oh, that's right. That was smoke. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yep.
That's why we were having this very conversation. All right.
No,
So
no.
given that is so, but it's also, let's see here. Obviously, it's hard cover. Indirect fire. Mm-hmm. I'm just looking.
Yeah, because I think it's only indirect fire weapons that can do that, right?
It doesn't say so. I think you can.
Okay.
I think everybody can do it. But it's also. I'm just looking at the 2 hits. Damage kills. Come on now. Are you kidding? Well, here's something I just somehow glossed over because I wouldn't think any of you lunatics would do it. Ah.
We did it, guys.
How long have we been doing this?
Oh my
This is
God.
half a turn, and we've already gotten there.
Yeah.
Broken it.
Okay. If targeting an intact building, the first 3 casualties reduce it to a ruin, but no figures are removed. So the point is, you tear down the building, but now the guys get to hide in the rubble.
Sure.
Okay.
You know,
I can't see for very far. Pile of rubble though.
No. Yeah, that's true. You would cost them their extra super special line of sight stuff. So we start with high. We start with high explosive anyway. Super. You are firing at the building. You're trying to get.
We're throwing the 25 pounders in at this building.
How far is this line of sight? Is it all the way across
48.
the board?
It's 48. Observation is 48 inches.
Okay. So, and only the FO, his line of sight's the only one that matters, right?
Right.
You can't see that far.
Yeah, you can't see.
So
that
you
far.
can't see that far.
Right.
You don't even know there's a building there.
Right. You can't see all the way to town.
So that makes putting the HQ in there pointless because we can't see.
Well, you'd be.
If anyone fires out of those
Yeah.
buildings, then yes, we see them out to 60
Yeah,
inches.
then you see them up to 60.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Well,
okay,
yeah, but
fine.
that's only 60.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much the whole board.
Yeah, you got him. I mean, you'll get him.
Because anywhere else, the line of sight is not going to be that good.
No, I agree.
So instead, fine. I'll take my 2 Sherman tanks here and throw them into that building instead.
So, because it's talking about the effective D6 scores, guns and mortars. There it is. Well, no, that's guns. There is scores to score a single figure or destroy an armored vehicle.
So,
correct. I mean, usually achieving an HE hit from a direct fire, which is what this is. What range band are you in out there?
Oh, right. This would be the 32. So it'd be 5s for both of them.
How far is it? We need to do this by example, please. How far is it?
30 something.
35 something
Okay,
for
so
one.
to your point, 32 to 40 is the range band.
Yep. D6 throw required 5.
So what's the question here? It's
Oh, I moved in my turn, so that's also -1. So
so it's a 6. That automatically makes it a 6. And then we determine.
that's to hit, and
Yeah,
then
that's
once
the
we
hit. You have to do.
so
the
let's start
effect.
with that, and we can decide the effects of a hit after.
Yeah, fair enough. You need a 6.
It's both tanks, so I'll just throw 2.
Sure. All right. So
Go on.
that's a hit. Now we have to decide the effect of the hit, which depends on the size of the weapon.
75 mil, so
up to
46
46.
-1 for being in hard cover, so 3d6s.
And you need a 6. and you need 6s to hit. Because that's what's down below.
Casualties, guns and mortars, 5 or 6.
No, but if you take one look down... Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Go for it. Yep.
Is this
Mm-hmm.
okay? As this is speculative fire, right? The only
Mhm.
thing he can do is wreck the building.
Correct.
It basically, if I had like 66, it means the first 3 wreck the building, and if I get 3 more, it kills the guys too.
No, it doesn't,
Right.
because you can't see them. You still can't see those guys.
It doesn't matter.
No.
If target an intact building, the first 3 casualties reduce it to a ruin.
And-
Oh, but no figures are removed. I
Thank
see.
you.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, didn't matter.
Bam, bam, bam. You pounded up the building, but nothing happened. Okay. Good deal.
I shot something. That was the goal.
That was good.
Punched a hole. You punched a hole in his wall, man.
Expensive building.
You're going to get a
That's-
nasty
Made a new
letter.
window.
That speculative firing thing is interesting. I think that's fairly decent. But okay. Is that all the shooting?
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Then again, if memory serves. La 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 la. The one thing I can rely on the QRS for. Yeah, that's it. All right, top of the turn now. This is the part. These guys are not eligible for ambush fire. Sorry, not him.
No.
Yep.
They moved, so they're not eligible. You can't move or shoot in your turn to
that's
be
also
eligible.
true. Yeah, that's true. But this is the point I'm making is anybody who moves or shoots, you can't fire with them with ambush fire. That's the choice you're making, right? So just want to alert both sides to that. Germans, you have no morale, obviously. Chance observation is haha, yeah, right. Do you have any smoke you want to fire?
I don't. How about you?
No, I don't think so.
McGuire, the steward is cute. Kevin Young, good evening. Yeah, Kevin Young comments, what, a table of wargamers, and you thought there was something they wouldn't do. Nice thing, not likely. And William, Ohio, good evening. All right, so no smoke, thank you. We move to the next phase, which is moving. Move if you like. And that also would include pivoting these guys if you no longer want them facing the wrong way.
When did you say this guy enters?
Now,
This turn.
And he comes in here, you said?
yeah, in that gap.
Okay.
So this
Alright.
infantry, their whole pivot facing this way is their entire movement.
No. They make
You get your full move.
They make one turn. That's their free thing. That's their free thing, and now away you go.
All right. So their cross country is 6. All right.
It's only vehicles you need to worry about the turn.
Yeah.
Infantry just go.
Yeah. I was debating whether or not to dock him for the trees, but I decided he's near enough.
That's cross country movement. There's only 2 movements: road or cross country. That's
No,
it.
but there's also obstacles. Did they get rid of those in the?
No. Obstacles are linear obstacles,
No.
such as
There's
walls and
also-
hedges.
There's also deep, dense forest can count for that too.
Some woods can be classed as impassable for vehicles. Marshy ground or swamp is impassable to vehicles and may only be crossed by infantry and cavalry at half cross country speed.
Yeah, they changed it because if you look in the original rules, that's a 1d6 die throw. That is like the linear obstacle. Interesting.
Oh, troops and vehicles must throw a d6 each turn they wish to move over a hill or through a wood and deduct the score from their maximum movement. There you go. That's what you were looking for.
Yep.
Oh, I see. This is where, like, if I wanted to move this machine gun, I need the truck to move it. Okay.
No,
Gotcha.
because as he
Nope.
points out, these guys have a movement of 9s. They're just infantry,
Yeah, so
Oh,
they
yeah,
move
yeah.
6
So they
inches
can
cross
move
country,
six.
but you've
but
got to roll
throw a d6.
You've got to roll a 1d6 because you're moving them through this little wood.
Okay.
That's how much you lose, or
That's how much you lose.
right?
All right.
So you could wind up getting stuck.
All right. We'll throw the D6 just to see if we can move him.
Nice.
Like that. Yeah.
Thank you for being the example.
That's why we did it.
Thank you for showing us how that works. Yeah, a lot of folks, Rapid Fire Reloaded has been played by a lot of people over the years. There's a lot of. It's interesting. There's a lot of blog posts. There's not a lot of videos of it. A couple guys did them, but not a lot of detailed stuff.
I find with like video making, it has to be a very, very particular kind of person to make videos.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of work and dedication involved.
As opposed to turning on the camera and letting everybody talk.
Yes.
That's some lazy stuff right there.
Could you imagine if we edited these? No one would watch anything. It'd be like 2 minutes long.
I know.
Hey, Achilles, do you have any
Mhm.
particular targets for the mortar?
It's your mortar, bud.
Oh, I realize that. I just
No, I
what
don't
do you
have
want
any.
me to target.
I don't have anything out there that the mortar needs to fire at this point.
Yeah,
You may want to check mortar ranges.
Yeah, we were just talking, just trying to see if there was anything in particular that we were wanting to even hit.
Nah.
Okay. All movement done?
All mine is.
OJ?
Yeah, I'm done.
No close assaults? Anybody want to shoot at?
Can I see this?
Yup.
Then I will shoot at it.
That dude is as in open as the open can be. Yeah. Making sure it's in observation range.
It's less than 48.
Yep, there he is. All right, make a phone call. 1d6. Anything but a 1.
Okay.
What's he shooting at it?
Yeah,
The
you had to
numbers?
say it.
Naval Verifer.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, it's a 2d6. You need a 6 on either of them to hit.
Okay.
Oh! That's a bad day. Naval Verifer being dropped on your head sucks. I'm surprised. Yep.
What do you mean? It's. Oh, I see. Yeah. So he's hit us. Damn.
Yeah. 5d6 for casualties. If it's an armored vehicle. No, it's not an armored vehicle. It's a soft skin.
The towed gun.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's just 5d6.
It's a truck.
5d6. What does it mean to hit, though? That's the thing that bugs me. Yeah, 5 or 6. 5d6 for 5 or 6s.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah, I got one.
So nothing.
Yeah, that's a nothing. That doesn't get him.
Because to destroy a soft skin vehicle, 2 casualties must be achieved from the d6 thrown.
Correct.
What about the second one? I as I understood, the Nebelwerfer.
No, each one of those dice was one of the paths.
Okay. Yeah.
You shouldn't do it that way because one hits easier than the other.
No, it doesn't. Take a look. Naval Verifer.
You said that.
Naval Verifer.
The second gun in a battery hits
one.
easier.
Yeah.
Read multiple rocket launchers before you speak.
Right.
I thought that's what you'd said.
No,
too.
that is
he's right.
That's usually the case, but MRLs are different. You need a 6, period.
Our batteries fire better than that. That's all.
They do. All right. Any other shooting?
Let's see. Okay. As I understand LOS, I don't believe I have LOS for anything else.
You're still a little out there.
Yeah, they're still far out there. So
All right. Nobody on the British side then is going to need morale, because although I'm sure those Naval Verifer guys aren't happy.
Is this
The guys in
Panther?
the truck are shitting
Is this Panther in cover?
Nope.
It moved. I would say it's moving. No.
Yeah, it is a moving target to be sure, but it's not in cover.
Then I'm going to use some ambush fire.
Yeah.
yeah, but can you see it through that and that
Nope. Cannot.
and yeah
No,
and that?
No, it's more important.
I see.
Yeah, it's blocked by this more than anything.
Right, and being on a hill doesn't do
No,
anything.
this hill does not provide that.
Yep,
It's
cool.
not a tall enough hill.
Yeah, so-
Never mind.
Yeah, no ambush fire. All right, so
We should be able to arty his ass next turn.
You
You can't see me because I didn't move.
So away we go. back to morale, none, except for those guys in that truck that are none too happy about the choices their driver made.
New underwear.
No chance observation test. Firing of smoke. Any smoke this time?
Don't think so yet.
No, I don't think so either.
All right, no smoke there. Next is movement.
So unloading from this vehicle, I move and then I can move up to 6. Is that what?
It deducts 6 inches from your move.
Right.
So so in your case, 6 and 6.
I could move 6 and then the gun could be placed
Magically appear
anywhere around the vehicle.
in contact with it.
Yeah.
That panther is scary.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
We got 19 people watching us fuddle around with rapid fire. Sweet.
As I understand it, I could not have done. I just want to understand the rules.
Mhm.
I could not have done the ambush fire here when he moved across my front.
No, because you had moved in your last turn.
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm guessing my 20 millimeter AA is not going to do any damage to that steward, right?
Let us.
Where is
Do a
that?
lot of damage to it, actually.
Where is that?
Realistically, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's got a gun class of 5, and it's shooting at a target class of 4. So you're going to be shooting at a -1. But the biggest thing is you can't see him, and you're not going.
When he moved across the opening?
Yeah,
when
he
he
could have.
moved
He could have
across the
ambush
field,
fired
yeah.
me.
Could ambush them, yeah.
Yeah, well, the way that works, everybody moves. OJ, remember that, and then we put him back here.
Okay. So you complete your moves and then I say, hey, by the way,
Yeah, by the way,
I
I want
ambush
a piece
fired.
of that. Right, you get to watch everybody he moves. That's why it goes that way.
We need a fire marker right there.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'll get one of those just to say, hey, that could be a spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
See,
So
this
driving
guy,
the Brens through this field doesn't do anything, does it, or slow it down?
No.
this guy, I don't know what his range is on this,
6 inches.
but oh yeah, okay. So the Panzerfaust is 6 inches.
Mhm.
All right, all right.
Oh my goodness. McGuire declared it, and it is so. On a Wednesday night? We ring
And it's not even a holiday.
We ring the 20 bell. Bless your hearts.
We're doing so good, guys.
Are you gonna move this FO or
No,
destruct? Okay,
it's in the building.
he's
It's
hanging
in-
out in the building. Okay,
that can see over things.
Yep.
Oh, I should have asked this. How long does what's the length of time for the smoke effect?
Till the end
One
of
turn.
the enemy's it's till the end of the enemy's next turn. So so basically, since the Germans go second, it sits through the entire. It goes to the bottom of the turn and then over to the top. The Germans got to live with it the British got to live with it a whole phase, basically.
That makes sense.
It's the same in Crossfire.
we were measuring from this guy for the RD. We should have been measuring from this guy, but we'll get that right next time. That's actually the FO for the battery.
Is he in that building?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be in this building here.
Give me one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He's not standing out there in the open.
No,
Let me get dude out of the way. I forgot. This is the one thing I thought I fixed and I did not. Yoink. There you go.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
I love the fact that their vehicle is parked in the street waiting for them. Look, we gotta go.
What else does the driver do other than sit there and wait for their charge?
Yeah, and the Bren carrier. Yeah, go, go, go. All right.
Funny thing is, there's a French policeman giving him a ticket because he's double parked.
Yeah, like in Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Parking rules in France?
Perhaps you've
Have you ever been?
Yeah, perhaps you've never been.
Hey, no, believe it or not, I heard a story of the guy that on YouTube they call him Chieftain, Colonel Moran. He got a parking ticket in Iraq in a tank. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's possible to get a parking ticket anywhere if you can get a parking ticket in Iraq. Believe me.
Our guy Jan is bad to the bone. He is up and watching us with toothpicks to keep his eyes open. Bless your heart, man. Thanks for getting us.
Jan, you got to quit. You got to quit hitting the Red Bull, man.
All right. So, given that I believe that's all the British movement.
That's
Correct.
all our movement. All my
right.
movement.
So
Yeah.
then we had a guy scooching across, right?
Yep.
How do
So
you
somewhere
spot
around
it?
here.
Put him right about there, maybe. Does that seem right?
Yeah, that seems right.
All right. Yeah.
Because that's not going to be a rear shot, but it's.
So
Yeah, so we do the comparison, right? Where we say that this gun right there is a gun class 5, and this gun here, or this tank here, is a target class 4. So unfortunately,
What's the range for this?
It's range bands for an autocannon. You got to take a look at the chart.
so short is 0 to 12, normal is 12 to 30, and long is 30 to 48.
So that.
All right, so it's normal.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
going to be normal range, and so we.
I didn't know if it had that same restriction like the AT guns, which is only 6
No,
inches.
it's much longer. Your base is you need a 4, but you're at a -1. It's a
+1.
It's a side. It's a -1 because he is a. Remember, lower is better.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah, his gun is worse than his armor, so that's a side shot.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You said
Yeah,
It's a
flank
the
was
only,
only from
the only way
behind,
you
yeah.
can
rear side.
the only way it can be flank is if it's back here,
Well,
right?
here's the thing. What's then the distinction between a rear or a side shot?
There isn't. There's
Okay.
you're either a flank shot or not a flank shot.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
That and
Yeah.
by flank, it's that line.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know that much. I just thought that they were okay. Well, that's
So
Yeah.
really,
Just
there's only rear
front and back,
shots.
yeah. There's
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
rear and front. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
The target moved last turn, or the firer will move. The target did move, so that's a -2.
So it's 6s.
The firer will move.
Yeah. No, it's,
You have to
well,
predict.
No, you have to declare. You have to declare.
Huh?
Declare.
Otherwise, you can't move.
I'm not going to move.
Yeah. So, Mike, 1d6, you need a 6.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
quite a bit
wow.
of pre-planning involved in this game. Close.
Oh, so it's really close.
Yeah. Now, just bear in mind, of course, that guy just fired and made himself a whole lot more visible.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows he's
So-
there.
And so now he
They can see him.
He can do that thing. All right, that was all the movement. We obviously don't have any close assaults. How about some shooting? Who's got shooting?
I got shooting.
All right. Yeah.
Lovely Vic.
Look at that. Look at that guy. So he's going to come up guns blazing. Huh? All right, well, and now you have to declare everybody that's shooting at him.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not a shot, is it?
You're at that. What is that blocking?
No, remember, it's nearest.
Yeah.
No, it's nearest to nearest, remember. Yeah, it's a shot.
Okay. So they'll be shooting as well. And I guess the Stewart too. Why not?
Well, the Stewie may not be. Hang on.
Stewart's blocked. It looks
Yeah,
like.
the Stewie is blocked.
Yeah.
Blocked by this.
Mhm.
Okay, fine. So those two things,
We
I
have,
guess.
we have a Sherman and a Vicky.
Which one you want? HE comes first, sorry.
Yeah,
HE
okay.
Yeah,
gets
you don't get a
first.
choice.
You don't get, gun class here is 3. Target class, they don't have, right? Yeah, they don't even have armor. So all you're going to be doing is firing your HE.
Which is 4d6.
Yeah, which is 4. Yeah, well, it's and the range there. What's the band? What range band you in?
So it's a 3 to hit.
Yeah, it's a 3. So and any modify -1 because you moved 4.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's 4d6 for 4s.
Well, one.
Yep, that's okay. So that's one of those 3 hits you need. And now
Yeah, because that'll.
you
But
gotta
it's
kill-
also there's also casualties. Yeah.
yeah, you got to kill. Oh, just got to check for casualties too.
Yes, basically. So that was the to hit,
Yeah. No,
and then
I thought that
deciding that was firing HE direct, and then deciding the effect of an HE hit.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I think.
Yep.
I thought. Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. So I thought not so. I thought that those are just straight hits because he's not an armored target.
No. That's AT section.
Decide if the openness. Let's see. Throw a dice for cash. Throw a casual because infantry. Oh, that's right. Infantry weapons and machine guns are to achieve a hit, and you might as well roll to see which of those 2 are hits.
So I got one. I got one
Okay.
hit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Possible.
and that hit from a 75 millimeter gun
46.
is
Yep.
46.
Yep. And you need 5s and 6s. Or is it 4, 5, 6? He's stationary. Never mind. No, that's not it.
No, it's 5s and 6s. You're right, because it's under 111 millimeters.
Right.
2.
2. All right. So that's a net 2 hits on these boys. This here is what I was thinking of, which is a machine gun. It just throws a set number of dice.
Yep.
Right.
That's what was confusing me. Infantry fire. That was a MMG.
I've got my hull machine gun too, basically, so that we can throw in there.
Do you have that too?
Yeah. Or on the British vehicle
No, you don't.
chart.
No, you don't. What you get is you get to fire the 4d6 or the VMG.
So if you look at the chart, the turret weapon is AT Class 3, HE46, or VMG, and it's also got a hull and other weapons VMG.
Are you looking in the scenario? If you're not, then you're wrong.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, one sec. I'm going to the rules. This was on the...
That's your regular Sherman?
Yes, hull, second weapon, hull VMG in the scenario, but also in the official chart.
I just am disappointed in me in not getting that. Yeah, so you've got the whole.
Yeah.
So he's got the whole shot too. Let me put that in there.
But the whole weapon would be blocked.
No,
by
it's not. That cover doesn't work that way. You're thinking tactically.
All right.
And all right, so he's got 2.
I can see the turret.
And
It's gonna be it's gonna be in long. It's gonna be 6s to hit you.
And he's only got 1 die.
Static always.
Moving VMG is 1 die. Yeah.
Yep.
So he's only got 1 die, and he's what range?
I need 6s.
12, and the target is a soft.
Jeez, and he gets one.
Yeah, so that's a hit, and that's gonna kill him right there.
Yeah, so that's 3 casualties caused by the
Which wipes out this thing.
and so the
So my
Vickers
Vicky
now
just shoots into an empty spot,
Is wasted. Yep.
right? Because I declared. Yeah.
Correct. That's how that works.
you can think of it as we're shooting simultaneously. Just happens that
Yeah.
my bullets were the ones that did it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. That's
Any
fine.
other direct fire?
I don't think we have any.
The forensics will show that Destruct's bullets did the killing.
Yeah.
Tune in next time to Forensic Files World War II edition.
I'm so displeased with myself. Fixing things.
CSI World War II version.
All right, no other direct fire. That doesn't cause morale checks. Hooray. We go up here. Fire. Yeah. So over to the Germans. No morale.
Indirect fire.
Oh,
Indirect
sorry.
fire.
You got some. Please speak it.
We're throwing the 25 pounders at the Panther.
Please, please, please.
That you can't see.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's still out of range. Ah!
Is it really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Moved. You can see him for 60 inches.
No.
No.
He's gotta shoot.
He's got
shoot
to
for
shoot
60.
for 60 inches.
Which I did not do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to like. There's. In fact, there's. It's not great. Anyway, sorry. Yes, continue going to the Germans because there's nothing else we can do.
Yep. Over to my friends, the Germans. If you would like to, you start with, as we've said before, chance observation. I don't think anybody's inside 12 inches.
12 inches is basically the other side of this railroad track.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody's eligible for chance observation. Smoke, Germans.
I don't have any.
You sure you don't want to drop some smoke on this breach here?
Yeah, please drop smoke on that breach.
Yeah, but they can't see anything, right? If we're not moving. I guess
That's
you're
true.
tagged.
That's
But
true.
as soon as you open up, we will.
Right. No, understand, but that's once we open up. But by then, you guys are probably going to already be through. Because right now,
Yeah, we're not gonna shoot you until you're like in the middle of this thing. So
Yeah, I mean,
Rest assured.
well, I mean, right now though. This
Thanks for
gun
letting
can't
us
see.
know, I guess.
Yeah,
Well,
I
right now,
guess.
though,
if you
Right now, this
didn't know
gun
that
can't
already,
see.
then I'm worried.
Right?
Hmm?
This gun can't see anything because of the two
That's
hedges, the three hedges that technically, well, three.
Yeah,
two.
this hedge
Right.
blocks it.
And these guys don't have range on anybody, even
That
if they
is
could
also
see
true.
somebody. And none of the Panzers have range on anybody or can see anybody.
At the moment.
Right. But again,
What's
for us to
what's
be able to
the
see,
range?
you got to be coming through this gap.
Mhm.
What's the
don't-
range for this? What's the range for this gun?
Oh, huge.
Yeah, it's
Like 60
Okay.
inches.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
he could see this dude right here because this dude right here actually shot.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Now,
But
the
what's the range? What's the range?
vehicle
on my
didn't shoot.
mortar.
Yeah, you can't
Well,
see the vehicle.
the-
You just see the dude.
Yeah, I
Yes,
didn't
the
mean to be
the
specific.
Panther can definitely shoot the Vickers machine gun if it wanted to.
Yes, it could definitely shoot the Vickers machine gun.
What's the range on the
Should
81
we
millimeter
choose
mortar?
to do
It's
so.
kind of mean, but yeah.
48 inches.
Mean.
Technically, we should be able to call fire in on these guys, right? Because they shot.
Does
Oh,
does
yeah.
the mortar team have an FO?
That is your
Should.
command. If the mortar team is out on the table and it is not specifically assigned one, it is the battalion HQ.
Oh, okay. So he's doing the spotting for him. Yeah. So yeah, you could drop mortar rounds, for example, on that machine gun.
Might as well try.
Well, movement.
Yeah, but that's
see
not
what-
now.
Yeah,
Oh.
movement. You're in movement.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
But
in
we're
the smoke
eliminating.
phase.
We're eliminating.
Oh
the
yeah.
smoke.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I
We're-
was
we're
thinking
sa-
it was moving. I was thinking it was move first and then fire smoke. So,
Right.
Sorry.
But we're eliminating the whether or not we needed to do smoke or not, because if we're going to drop HE,
Right.
we're clearly not doing smoke. So
Got it.
that was the point. That was the point of that discussion.
Copy.
Okay, so yeah, apparently there is no smoke.
If no smoke, then movement.
I like that. I like the way you put it. It's an if and proposition.
That's right.
If no smoke, then
Then
move.
Yes.
So just out of curiosity, real quick,
Uh huh.
did we see
Mhm.
like this tank move because he came up to this hedge?
Nope.
Okay. So in theory, if I moved my machine gun up to here, they wouldn't see him. Is that correct? I'm just
because
trying to
they'd be
understand.
blocked by this one.
okay. So I'm going to go ahead and try
Well-
to move him again.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Okay. Yep, never mind.
No,
Yeah,
well,
if he-
I
if he
shot at the
moves
guy here, so the guy here can shoot at me.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but that's because he shot.
That's 'cause he
not because he
shot.
moved.
Yeah.
Right, not because he moved.
But this guy, if he moves up there, then you'd have to do an observation in order to see him, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is almost impossible at that range.
Right.
Well, I'm not even within
Okay.
12 inches, so it
Yeah,
doesn't.
so-
It's
it's
got to be with
moved.
yeah.
Strike. It is impossible.
So yes, you could move this guy up there, and they can't shoot at him until they know he's there, which means you'd have to shoot first, or they'd have to observe you.
Mhm.
My only problem is I rolled another 6.
Okay. So
Well, there you go. You should be saving those, OJ, for when we're gonna need 'em.
I needed that on that roll with the AA gun, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. That's all I had for movement then right now.
Achilles?
I don't have any movement.
All right. Obviously, no melees. That takes us to direct fire. HE.
You said direct fire?
Yeah, HE.
Direct
first.
fire.
All HE is first. Sorry.
Okay. So that's direct and indirect?
Yep.
And that includes the mortar and the rockets?
Yep.
Okay. So now's the time, OJ, if you want to use that mortar on the Vickers.
Might as well.
And if I remember from your briefing on this, these guys have a limited number of fire missions, right? So
no, they can fire as much as they like. They have
It's
limited
smoke
number of
that's
smoke.
limited.
oh, okay. Well, that does make a difference. Then there's no point in saving it.
Let's go
Um,
crazy.
Yeah, let's go crazy. We might as well. Yeah. Then I'm going to have a fire mission with the rockets as well.
We need a little soundboard for the sound Nebelwerfers make because it's horrible.
That wonderful sound. So there's a there's a little difference between the two because you don't have to call for onboard mortars. You do have to call for the Nebelwerfers, but you now have to declare your targets. Who's shooting at whom?
Okay. OJ, who are your mortars firing at? Well, we already know, right? We're firing at those guys, right?
These guys right here.
Mortar's going to fire
First
at the
metal
Vickers.
sex.
Who's the Nebelwerfer going to fire at?
The Nebelwerfer is going to attempt to fire back at the 6-pounder again.
Yeah, I don't see why I couldn't. Any other shooting targets that you're going to have?
I'm not.
Nope.
Okay. All right, which one do you want to do first? Nebelwerfer is simpler.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Well, we'll give it a shot.
2 dice looking for 6s.
Doesn't he have to roll to call it first?
Oh, yes, you do. Thank you. 1d6.
Anything but a 1?
1d6.
Yeah, Vance. Oh, I didn't get it.
Skirting death there.
They're happy.
Woohoo!
Here comes the Nebelwerfer. 2d6.
Oh, that's right. It's anything but a 1,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Okay.
96s.
Okay, 2d6. All right. Nope.
Nope. All right. This guy comes automatically. It's an 81 millimeter mortar.
Yep.
Which means we take a look at the indirect fire stuff. The first tube. Did that target move? I do not believe
Yes.
it did. Okay. That target moved. Therefore, on the first tube, you need a 6 to hit.
There is only one tube for the mortar.
No, I believe that's incorrect. I believe they do get both dice.
It's one stand because you can have
One-
multiple stands of mortars.
I understand, but I think you're wrong. Give me a second. Pretty sure you're
Let's start taking bets on this destruction.
right.
Okay, like to be fair, I think it's like we both have done a cursory glance through the rules.
Yeah, well, I actually tried to play this fool thing
But if
once.
if you took Vance's suggestion, you could afford that $299 order from
Mortars fire twice.
Double Night and get free shipping.
Take a look.
Where does it say that?
It's in bold letters, you see, because that they wanted to.
Ah, yes, I found it. Yep,
Yeah.
cool, page 12.
Bold
They're
letters for people with eyesight like Jim and I.
Thank you. So the first one falls, and if you get a 6, it's a hit. You need a 6 to hit here.
Got it.
Hey!
All right.
That's
There you
2.
go,
The-
Jay.
so the second one hits automatically. That's the nasty of that business. Yeah, they wanted everything to be done in a double. So this is 80 and 81 millimeter mortars, 4d. Ooh.
So it's 8d6.
8d6.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Oh, dear.
it's nasty, and you need 5s and 6s, and you got to kill all the guys.
That wonderful field.
I killed all the guys.
Oh, man.
3 hits.
That wiped out the MG company.
Dang,
Ah.
OJ.
Hey, got some revenge for my AA gun.
He just unbutted himself with those dice rolls.
Dang.
Is what he did.
Dang, OJ. Who leaked in your Cheerios?
That Vickers machine gun that took out his autocannon. That's who.
Was that your gun,
But the
Vance?
Vickers didn't. That was mine.
That's right. The forensics proved
We'll
that it was
prove
destruct.
it was the tank. Yeah, right.
There's a big shell hole in the middle of the thing.
All right, so we had a miss back here. We had a hit back there. That was all the fire. Anything else from the Germans? I don't think so. All right,
No.
back to the British for movement.
Or
I was
smoke.
just pulling my
You
inner
got smoke? I'm
chrono
sorry.
for.
Do you have smoke? Let me show respect.
Are we
Yes.
doing smoke?
No.
I'm
Oh,
doing
are
some
we?
smoke.
British.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, here comes smoke. What is it? Who's doing it? Who's doing it? I'm excited.
This 3-inch mortar.
All right, and where's he going to try to drop it? He's got to be able to see it.
No, well, someone has to see it. He doesn't.
This
Yeah,
guy.
You got to get. Okay, that's fair.
I'm dropping it at the backs of his range, right in
Five or
front
six,
of there.
5 or 6.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, well then this 2-inch will try to do the same thing.
It's got an 18-inch range, so it's
Oh.
gonna basically
make
be able to pop it right there.
Never mind.
And
Yeah,
before
never
you
mind.
did that, Vance, I was going to ask if he shoots. I know he's in cover right now, but if that mortar shot right here, would we be able to see him?
That counts as firing.
I
Oh, does
understand
it?
if this one. I understood if we couldn't see this one because of the hedgerows that were
Yeah,
in the
that's
way.
more the issue.
This one, but this one seemed to be more of a likely. Hey, there's something over there, activity over there of some kind.
All right, good. Good to know.
And I just
I
wanted
hear
to
a
point that out in
noise.
case yeah, it wasn't so much the range, Vance. I just wanted. to
There was
get
a
my
slight
plan to-
popping noise in the field.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's all the corn popping from the heat.
Any other smoke? Any other smoke?
No, that's it.
All right. And therefore, you will then go to movement. And the Germans will watch for ambush fire.
Oh, moving around without his truck now, huh?
Well, now I have a crack with no guns. Ah, that's what you're doing too, is it?
Check this out. Oh, where'd it go? Did I bring the wrong ones? Oh, dang it.
Yes.
Which,
In this
which
game,
one-
the vehicles
which-
don't
which-
get stuck on the hedge.
They
huh?
don't. It's actually very easy to cross hedges. You just have to roll a die.
Which I did.
Yeah, I saw you do it. You went through this one, would you say?
Yeah, I was right here.
Yeah, then you went through that one.
Oh, you just mow them down. Okay.
Yeah.
Destruct. I'm going to give you that that carrier because it's no good to me anymore.
That's fine. That's a
You
Vickers
moved
on
to
a
get there.
that's a Vickers on a truck.
It's got a.
Yep.
It's a Victor. It's a Vickers with armor now. Yeah.
Um, that's a bit less good, but that's okay.
And
Um,
infantry
there-
don't really have a facing, right?
Nope.
Yeah, they're 360. That's what he
you
said.
Are, you are accurate. And just so you know, OJ, that gorilla certainly has a shot at that tank.
Which tank? You can't. Oh, I see. Because I
Mm-hmm.
crossed through there. Yeah.
hmm So yeah, you could shoot at him. Although what is your gun?
Well, my
Actually,
my
crappy.
gun class my gun class is a 5 and his armor's a 3.
no.
right?
Your
No.
gun class is a 3, buddy.
His armor is a 3. It's a dead even.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you don't have any
Oh, my
modifier
target
against
class is a 5. Okay, gotcha.
him. Yeah.
So that's even, but then I lose 2 because he was moving.
1,
1. So what would be my chance of hitting that?
5. I'd have to take a look.
A
at the
5
other-
or a 6?
I'd have to take a look at the other modifiers. What's the range?
Okay.
It's not long range.
Okay.
It's
and
normal.
Not short, and it's
23.
Not short. Okay.
No,
No, it's
it's
23 inches.
So it'd be a 5 or a 6.
50% or more. Oh, right, but
No,
I'm not
you-
concealed
yeah, you-
because I
you
went
weren't.
between the thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Any other move? Are you?
But
Yeah,
at
sorry,
the moment
I'm-
he can't. But at the moment he can't see me. So
That's right. You have to decide whether you want to become
Yeah.
observable, because the minute you fire at him, You know,
Yep.
these guys
All
are
the
going to
world is
light
coming
you
down
up.
on your head. Yeah.
Which is why I'm thinking about just. That's why I'm just going to hold fire.
Just outside range. All right. No.
That's it.
However, when this guy moved up, this boy has a shot.
How?
It's going to be blocked by the hedge.
So even though he came up against the hedge,
even though he's
No,
up
no,
against the hedge,
you
doesn't
can't
matter.
see me until I start shooting at you, or you do a chance test.
No,
Within two-
but
but you gotta be
he's talking
12.
about as you approach the hedge.
No.
Yeah.
That hedge would still be blocking line of sight
Yeah.
Correct.
because this is not as raised up as it
Exactly.
is currently.
This is aesthetic, I hope. I wanted to make a road bed. I don't know.
You did a really
you're
good
up
job.
Thanks.
You're up high. You're on a railroad track, man.
Right. Okay. So OJ, you said you were not going to take ambush fire?
Correct.
Direct fire from the British.
Does he have any direct fire?
Trying to think here. I can't see them. I can't see them, and I can't see them. The only things I can do is shoot at buildings, but that seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah, give yourself away for that. Yeah.
Because, like, theoretically, I'm not gonna waste that. You can shoot your 6-pounder at the building that's been shooting at you, though. They know you're there.
I guess I only have one round of Class 2 ammo, though.
Yeah, because otherwise it's 3.
Yeah, so don't use your Class 2
Yeah,
ammo.
just don't use that. It's what you load it.
Sorry, what is
You're
Class 2 ammo?
That's that gun.
That's
class.
your AT.
Yeah,
AT versus HE, but
you've got one round of lower ranked ammo, which means it's more potent. But you choose when to load that. Shooting at a building,
okay.
that's not going to matter.
Okay, sorry, I thought that meant that this AT gun had only one round of HE.
Oh, no.
No.
Because AT guns normally didn't carry very much HE.
correct.
Well, and honestly, most of it in the gun class stuff is going to be, is that gun class 3, which is pretty good because it's the same as the Gorilla, right?
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's all good.
So
You need a 5 to hit them in the building.
well, to hit the building.
Yeah, to hit the building.
What's my range on the gun?
Oh, it's the range band. You're within the 32-inch to 40-inch range band, which is a 5 on a D6.
Okay. Sure, why not?
5 or 6 to hit
Worth
it.
a shot. Nope.
Okay.
Gotta miss a building.
Failed to damage it, I would say.
I could hit in front.
I prefer that he missed the entire building.
Is
Personally,
that your
but-
story? Is that your story?
Yes.
Went in and out through windows.
All right.
Hit the chimney.
Any other? Do you got mortar or artillery fire? British.
I do not.
I don't think, because we can't see anything. So, nope.
All right. All right. That takes us back to the Germans, our friends, the Germans. No morale checks. Smoke? Any smoke?
Wow. Do we need to put smoke on anything?
I don't know that it would do us a whole lot of good right at the moment, but
Yeah.
these guys.
Yeah, unless you're going to fire something and you want to block their return fire.
This Piat team.
Yeah, what about it?
Did you ever see them move up there?
I don't see how.
No.
So they didn't see him moving in between the two hedges.
You still got to deal with the.
Yeah, but that's for ambush fire only.
Yeah.
They're
guys, right?
Now they're in cover.
Okay.
And now you can't see them.
Right.
You can see them running, but you can't ambush with
And you
indirect
can't
fire.
ambush fire with artillery anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't
Right.
looking to ambush fire. I was just looking to say, hey, these guys are about in that
Are they
area
observable?
right now.
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
No,
They're
they're
Right.
not.
And nobody back here in the field, cornfield, whatever it is. We could see them
Well,
moving.
they're all
They haven't
belly
moved.
crawling.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
that
Belly
they're
crawling.
there. You have no idea.
Nope,
Till
that's
they-
fine.
They've moved
know,
lots.
Next week when they finally come out of the cornfield, then it'll be
Then,
different.
boy, oh boy, you'll see.
I was going to say the County of London Yeomanry are doing all the work.
These guys are close enough that
No,
we
they're not.
couldn't
They
see
have
over
to be
the-
in contact.
Oh, so those
Because
guys we can see
the hedges don't give you the
4 inches.
Yeah, they don't give you that 4-inch. You're up there. You can see them guys just fine.
What was our range? 40.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're in
Are
range.
we in the smoke? We're still in the smoke phase, right?
yes, you are still in the smoke phase.
Yeah. So
Yes,
no,
but
they
we're
don't wanna
again
take any
we're
smoke.
trying to eliminate whether we need to use the
They
smoke
are
or not.
eternally skipping the smoke phase.
Yes.
We are not CT. We don't know how to use smoke. Yeah, no, I don't think I have any smoke that I want to use.
Me either. Move on.
Movement time for the Germans.
I have nothing I wish to move.
Try and move these guys.
Come
They
on,
have
you
to roll, right?
Chickens.
Do I have to roll
onus
for the
is on
infantry
you,
to try
sir.
to move?
No.
Look, I swear, we see one hint of movement in that town, we're calling in the bombers.
Yeah.
I'm
We
sorry,
should
what
have
was it?
already called in the bombers.
We're carpet bombing
Exactly.
Mouen.
It's fine, Mike. You can just move them.
So infantry just moves across the hedge?
No, I'm sorry. When they get to
Well, they haven't
hedge,
crossed the hedge.
Yeah, they haven't. When they get to the hedge, depending how much movement
Yes.
they have left, they have to roll 1d6 and subtract that from their movement. If they don't get enough
Right.
movement, they're stuck there.
Right, but if you start adjacent to a hedge, in cover.
You still have to roll the
You roll
1d6.
1d6 and deduct it from your
Okay.
And then the machine gun that's in the woods there.
Mhm.
If they can do anything, they can move.
Yeah, look at
4.
that. 4 inches. Look at that. Crawling through the weeds.
They finally were able to get that tripod out from under the root.
No kidding.
It was stuck in the soft ground.
That's what I choose to believe.
That's all the movement I have.
All right. That takes us to melee, which we have none. That takes us to shooting. What do you got?
And my 1 mortar plus the Norfolk Werfels. I'm
Okay.
Gerber
Yeah.
warfare.
You worry about the mortar. I'll take the thing you can't pronounce. Okay? Don't worry
So,
about it.
before we get to that, I do want to point out that there is a chance observation test that can be made.
Who's in 12-inch range? Is that right?
No, they're
And
not.
I think the
The tank certainly is.
12.1.
you're like over the
Yeah,
tank.
you're measuring it wrong. It's 11.2.
Oh.
11.2, and those guys, you're right. Thank you. That was Destruct, spoken like a gentleman.
I just
So-
want something to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's take the observation test against the PI, or do we take it against both?
You are eligible based on this one adjacency to test once against all 3 of these things.
Okay.
No, because
That's
his
fine.
hedge is in the way of some of it, isn't it?
Is it? No, because this is fine. You can see just
All right.
fine.
Now, is it because it's one test per unit possible, right?
That's
Yeah.
being seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've got
And the same unit can do that for different.
for
things.
however many. Yeah.
Yeah.
The key is it can only because of this situation, only he's going to be eligible to see it because
Yeah.
remember, chance spotting only makes it visible to people within 12 inches.
Yes. So
He
basically,
doesn't become
only this guy.
So, but this is
So
valuable.
if he spots them, he's the only one that could use
Right.
that spotting.
And OJ,
Right.
you'd want to be like this because you can't shoot through your own guys.
Okay.
And you would have.
Well, there was a 20 mil anti-aircraft gun there, so
There used to be.
So honestly, there's no point in trying to see if you can see that guy because nobody else can. You can't kill him. This guy, that Piat team, there's a reason to try.
they've got Panzerfausts.
Do they?
Yeah.
And the range of a
Yeah,
I don't know what the range of a
6
Panzerfaust
inches,
is, though.
which we've been going over.
Yeah.
6
Well, I
inches.
mean, yeah, it's got to be
Yeah,
that
and I
or
was gonna
less,
ask-
right?
All handheld anti-tank is 6 inches.
And I was going to
Cool.
ask you about that. Jim, it says 1
Mm-hmm.
for the Panzerfaust, right?
Yep.
Is that 1 per base or
Company.
1 total for
One
the
per
company? Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't know which way to take that. So
Yeah.
It's just that one guy, man.
It's that one dude. Hans brought a Panzerfaust. Who knew?
Oh no, not Hans.
Yeah, I know. So honestly, the
Got
only
that
guy
crazed look.
that is particularly valuable to shoot at is the Piat team, because you're out of range of everything else. 6 to 12 inches in soft cover, you'd need a 5 or 6 to see him.
but I don't have. I'm not obligated to shoot if I see him, right?
No.
Nope.
You
Don't see him anyways.
And
Okay.
just to go over the rule, you could see if you could see him. You could check to see him once per turn. That's it. You can't. Multiple guys can't try. But then, if you had been able to see him, everybody in 12 inches could now shoot at him.
And if you have a dedicated recon
Yes.
or spotter within 12 inches, also it gives you easier chance.
Like dude right there. All right. So that didn't happen. So Mike, you said you wanted to do some shooting,
Yeah, my mortar again.
and the and the thing you can't pronounce. So who's going first?
The MLRS.
The MLRS. Okay.
Wait, what are you doing with my MLRS?
I was pronouncing it.
He's telling you to shoot it.
What are you doing with it?
He's just telling
Nothing.
you.
You're shooting it.
Oh, I'm shooting it. Oh,
So 1d6
Yeah.
to make the call.
all right.
Yep. And it's the same deal.
Call
It's
us
2d6, and I'm assuming you're shooting at this right here because that's probably the only thing you can see.
It's the only thing I can see, apparently.
2d6.
All right.
You need 6s.
Man, these guys are the luckiest.
Living a charmed life.
Yeah, but they're shitting their pants right now.
They are.
Oh yeah,
They are.
oh yeah. They need new underwear, but that's
So,
fine.
so those guys right there, in order to hit them on the first, those were movers, were they not? They moved this time?
Yes.
6. 1 die for a 6.
Nope.
No. Second die is for a 4, 5, 6.
Nope.
Ooh, nothing. Big bag of nothing. Okay. Any other shooting from the Germans? I think not.
I don't have any.
All right, we got a time constraint, so let's wrap up one more turn. I think we can squeeze that in. We'll be done for the night. Here we go. There is no morale checks. Any smoke. Any British smoke.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to fill this gap with.
Who will attempt it?
I'd kind of like the big guys to do it, but that's just me.
Why do you want it here specifically?
Because I want to run this way across this
Okay.
gap.
Because the big Nibblewurfer baddies are going to see you no matter what.
I know, I got that.
Okay.
Unless you get all
But
squeezed.
he hasn't been able to hit the broadside of a cow.
Because realistically, in that case, you kind of just need to block off this portion to stop them from seeing you.
What about these guys? Oh, these
They
guys
don't-
don't have the range.
They don't have the range to shoot you.
Oh, you can shoot
They could
you-
look-
they
they
can
could-
shoot
they
you with
can-
small arms all they want. Ain't gonna do no good.
What's the range on small arms?
It's pretty good, but they can't.
24
they,
inches.
They can't hurt you.
24, you said?
They can't hurt
Oh.
me?
Well,
Right-
who are you
right
talking
there.
about? You talking about these boys?
I'm talking about these dudes.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Got it.
They can hurt them.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Cotton
All right,
does
never-
not make a
never
very
mind.
good.
But I mean, like,
Never
because
mind.
if you
Never
just
mind.
ran this way, you're fine.
But I only go 9 inches.
Okay.
I'm running.
Um,
So not this turn.
All right, no smoke there. We're all good. If there,
I am going to drop some smoke.
Gonna
Yes.
try. Who's gonna do it?
The big boys are going to try to plop smoke right here.
So this is one of their 2. So they have 1 smoke left.
Is it used up if it fails?
Sure is.
Ooh.
Okay. So I
Five or
need
six.
a 6, 5 or 6. What about the second gun?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. We've always said 2.
That didn't matter.
Okay. 1 smoke left, though. Because that means they can't shoot this
So-
turn.
We've lost a smoke too, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
so we're down to
You
1
said?
smoke mission per
Yeah.
gun now.
Okay.
All right, so if no smoke, then movement.
Okay. Is it observation then movement? Because I'd like to observe the guys on the over the hedge.
Chance observation tests are second. Thank you. You will seek to observe from that tank. They get a +1. So that's a 4, 5, 6, I believe. Is it 6? It's 6 to 12 in hard cover. Yeah, 4, 5, 6.
Why do they get a +1?
Because they
'Cause I'm a recon.
They are a dedicated recon vehicle.
Oh, I thought these guys were outside the 12.
Nope, they're in.
Oh, nope.
They see you.
I can see him.
Haha. we
Because
see you.
guys in a dedicated recon vehicle have better eyesight.
They are seen by
I think this
everybody.
is too far, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so it's just them. That I think that's it really at this point.
Okay, so those fellas are seen. Okay, so that was the spotting. We've talked about smoke, and there is none. We now do movement.
I'm all moved.
Question: what's the line of sight for this Panther?
Pretty much anywhere he wants. If he's, I mean, he can't see that.
Can he
Well,
can he see
through
out
his-
here?
No,
through
because
there,
he's-
right?
He's got this other thing. No.
Yeah, it's through
It's
this
only got
gap.
this wee
right?
little gap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that hedge. He's kind of keyholed that way. Yeah,
Mhm.
but he's got
So
that.
it's pretty much anything in there.
Yep.
That's okay.
Is it?
More than enough.
You're killing my hedges.
Now he's in range of your Panzerfaust.
Yes, he is.
Oh, I'm trying to stay outside of 6. I'm not letting you shoot me.
Actually, you're not allowed to pre-measure.
Oh, well,
So you're in range of his Panzerfaust.
so be it.
Pre-measurement is specifically for a boat.
Don't worry, I'm sure I got to roll a 7 on a 1d6 to hit.
Probably.
You only had 5 inches to move. You can't get to the hedge. Not at that angle. Punish you for wrecking my hedges.
You know what? I'm gonna try another hedge crossing. So that's
6.
I'd get 2 more inches.
Actually, OJ, not only do you have the
No cross,
Panzerfaust,
baby.
which could do the intercept,
Mm-hmm.
Does that
Or-
not
or the-
just destroy the hedge though? Because it's a
Nope,
tracked
You
vehicle.
have to clear the hedge. You have to clear the obstacle with the movement remaining, or you don't make it.
Okay, cool. So they're just up against the hedge then.
Yes, they are certainly in cover.
so OJ, not only do you have this one that can do an ambush, but this guy also.
Right. But as soon as he fires, then his tanks can see.
Go ahead, light up the grill.
Yeah, do it. Do it. I dare
Do
you.
it. Do it.
Hold
Hey.
on.
How dare
Fire
you?
up the grill, as it were.
At some point or another, we're going to have to shoot them. We can't let them drive right through the
Oh, I
town.
know.
And besides, if you take out that tank, yeah, okay, let them take out the grill. Big deal. Come take on my Panther.
We will.
Which is
Okay.
hiding in the back.
I'm waiting for you. Come and get me.
Come and get me, Saucy.
It's mighty bold talk for a
Hey,
one-eyed fat
fat
man.
man. Fill your hands, you son of a bitch.
Okay, that's my movement.
Hey, any ambush fire you guys would like to do?
You want
Well-
ambush fire with the Panzerfaust?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I think that's their purpose.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
As a matter of
Raison
fact,
d'etre,
as
yeah.
a matter of fact,
Well,
one of my favorite little rules in Rapid Fire Reloaded is if you want them to come out into the open and use their Panzerfaust, you have to make what's called a hero roll.
Do it. Can we just do it to see?
That'd just be
No.
stupid guy rule. the stupid guy roll.
Gigantic dummy roll, yeah.
That's right. Do we have anybody dumb enough to run out there with this Panzerfaust? Yeah, Schmidt. He's dumb enough. Okay,
Yeah,
send him.
Yeah, it's called a hero test, to be technical.
Yeah. Question.
Mhm.
All of the ambush fire has to be declared before the first shot,
Yes,
right?
mhm.
Okay. So if you want to use this as well, you've got to declare it now before you can take
Yes.
that shot.
Yep.
All right, we might as well declare them both.
You're coming in. The gorilla is seen. The gorilla is seen. Holy cow!
I mean,
there's a gorilla
let's-
there.
Let's face it, OJ. The infantry isn't going to get here for about a month, so you might as well use that thing on the vehicles.
All right.
Yep.
So the
Well, let's start with that.
yeah, I mean it's up to them, but I mean it would seem.
Don't we get to choose?
Yes, you do. Yes,
Oh,
you do.
sorry. Go ahead. I just
thanks.
thought the more exciting thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know. I think this is pretty exciting, to be
Well, they're both
honest.
gonna fire.
You didn't
No
do
matter-
a hero
I mean,
test.
even-
It's no longer exciting.
Even if I take out the Sherman with the infantry gun, the
Mhm.
Panzerfaust is still gonna shoot into blank space, right?
Yep.
Yeah, either way. Yeah, either
Yep,
way,
so
it's the
let's,
same.
Let's just go with the Panzerfaust first, and
All right. So this.
I don't even know what the stats of a Panzerfaust are.
Yeah. It's.
Well, if this was chain of command, I'd be sweating. If I were if I were the tank guy and this was chain of command, I'd be sweating because those damn things kill my tanks all the time.
Well, that's because CT is rolling.
But
dice.
I was gonna say, is it the
Mhm.
Panzerfaust or is it you?
It's,
It's not me.
6 and 2 is- They are gun class. Jeez, they are gun class 2.
Damn.
HE4. So so that's
As
gun
I
class
say.
3. So that's a +1 for your shot, OJ. Which
Okay.
doesn't suck. What's the
-1
what's the
because I
range?
moved.
What's the range?
It's 6 inches. Like there's no short, medium, long. It's just 6 inches.
Hand
It's
oh,
6
yeah, hand count,
inches.
right? But no, it counts as short. That's all there is. So
But-
he gets the +1. So
Interesting.
Yeah,
Even
but-
though it's a maximum of 6, which would be its long
it's-
range.
But by the same token, but as you say, there's no bands. He's up close. He can see you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Every-
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
So
it's like-
it's a net +1 essentially.
yeah, exactly.
Everything he shoots is a short range, no matter what.
Exactly. So it's a +1. You need a 3 or better to him.
No, 4 or
Come on,
more.
OJ.
No,
Oh, well,
+1.
Right,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
OJ, you rolled so many 6s.
And
I
that's
know.
their
I was
Panzerfaust.
gonna say I'm taking away their
yep,
Panzerfaust.
he's getting it.
You lose access to your new toy.
Oh, well.
Gracious. Well, let's see if
That's
they-
all right. There's another
they-
company. They got one.
This is not short range, obviously. Gun 3 and armor 3, correct? Yeah. So it's a net
Yeah.
-1. So he's gonna need a 5 or a 6.
Oh,
And so much for
I
that.
can't hit armor worth anything.
Wow. All right, that was the ambush fire. We now go to the direct fire on the part of our friends, the British.
light them up.
Okay, first thing I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm. What are you gonna do? Tell me.
Oh goodness, actually, this guy can't see him. The grill.
Can't see
Can
him. No, not yet.
Can I shoot a turret weapon at something else?
If you can see it, sure. Oh, you mean
So I
you
can shoot-
split? No, you can't split fire.
Because now I don't particularly care about the infantry in front of me because they can't do anything.
We'll shoot the grill.
Yeah, I am. This
He's already spotted, so
Yeah, so this tank is gonna shoot the grill.
Mhm.
I'm definitely not going to use this tank to shoot the grill because then I'm going to
Aw.
Panther.
Aw, come
Well,
on.
You can't see him.
It
because
would
of
be
this hedge.
exciting, Destruct. It would be
His hedge
exciting.
is still in the
Yeah,
way.
you can't. You still can't see him, and he can't. See
No,
you.
but he can.
Yeah, that tank can for sure.
That guy can. Yeah.
If this guy fires, can this Panther see him?
I don't think so. I think
sure.
that hedge
I
is
don't
still
think
in the
so.
way.
Just like that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Just like that.
All right.
Oh, that looks like a miss to me. I mean, that's
Go
not
straight
on
up
him,
and down.
right?
Yeah.
How's
That's
that?
not on him because this
Yeah,
is
that's
on
on
him.
him.
It's not off the gun.
That's
It's
on.
if any part of the vehicle.
I thought you said it's nearest to nearest.
Yeah, it's nearest to. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's that's for range purposes. But what can be seen? You see him.
Oh, right. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see him. Just, but
Yeah, and the Panther. Yeah, okay, fine.
So
So we're gonna
shoot
shoot.
the
We're
grill.
gonna. That's the only thing shooting at the.
I got to step away for just 1 minute.
Okay, so that's the only
can
thing
this guy?
shooting the grill.
Can this guy shoot at him?
Yes, but I kind of want them for the threat of ambush fire
Ah, okay. That's fine. That's good.
because that's yeah. Because
good. Yep.
if you really want to know my fear is he shoots is now seen out to 60 inches and the Panther comes up and goes hi.
Yeah. That's real.
Because, yeah, and
that Panther is
Destruct-
nasty. I'm telling you.
Destruct is not wrong because this is the only tank out there I'm afraid of.
Yep.
However, I can get this mortar to fire at them as well.
You can. That's right.
Okay, so there that
Who's
so
do-
those
who's-
two, that's
who's
it.
Spotting for him?
the
This-
HQ.
the Red HQ.
Uh-huh.
You
Yep.
can't see that far.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I can.
Just barely.
Oh, yeah, it's
Just
60.
barely.
That's right, because he
60
fired.
'cause he
Yeah.
fired.
Because he fired.
Yeah.
Just barely. All right, which one do you want to roll first then?
I don't know. Let's try the mortar first.
Oh, okay. You would do the comp. So it's 2. That's a non-mover.
Dropping mortars in an open top vehicle's got to be fun.
It's not.
Yeah.
1 die for 5 or 6 for the first one. Nope. 4, 5, 6. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Sounds like that
and that's
Star
and
Wars
how big-
comparison.
How big is that bad boy?
That is basically an over 80 mil mortar. It's the same one that they
It's a
have.
3-inch, yeah. Yep.
No, because okay, so then it's the 80. See, the 81 mortar is the 4. It's not the 5. That's the point. Because those are guns. That's not a heavy mortar. So that's a 4d6, just like theirs is.
Yep.
And so therefore 4d6 for 5s and 6s.
Open top vehicle?
Is it still not an armored vehicle?
Yes, it is. It's an AFV, so it's going to roll 3d6. Yeah.
No, it's still 40. It's still 46.
No, it's 4d6 minus 1 for an AFV target, and then you need 6s to kill. Destroy.
Yeah, so I get one dice, and I need a 6. Got it.
No, you've
Well, real quick.
You've got 3d6.
It says if the target is an armored vehicle, only throw 1d6 for each hit.
You're right. Yep.
Yeah.
1 die for a 6.
Okay.
Got it.
That's funny. Unfortunately, you need 2 to destroy even a soft skin.
Okay, so hold on. For each hit
That's
throw a
one.
number D. So I'm throwing one. No. To destroy an armored vehicle, you need a 6. If the A of your vehicle is destroyed, a further D6 is thrown to determine the number of
2
casualties
hits
inside
are
the
needed
vehicle.
to destroy a soft skin.
It's on the QRS and
Yeah, but to
The
destroy an
damage
armored vehicle,
destroy.
6.
but it also says to damage destroy. It says a second damage destroyed an
Deciding
AFV.
effect.
Casualties and damage caused on page 12, right?
Yeah, exactly. To destroy an armored vehicle, 6. If the AFV is destroyed, a further... Oh, yeah? Only a gun can destroy a fully enclosed AFV. Doesn't matter. That is what we're dealing with. Yeah, it just kills it.
So
So the QRS isn't right.
No, it is.
No.
You just have to look at it a certain way. what you got to look at is you got to say destroy, and it's not and.
Hang on. Let me flip it upside down. Maybe that'll make it more
Fine.
sense.
You actually have to tilt it a little bit.
It's the HE damages and casualties D6. Destroy. It's not and AFV. It's an AFV 6.
So, but that wasn't the same when I hit this guy with the 6 with the Noble Warfare.
Because that's a soft skin vehicle.
That's a soft
So
skin.
that would be. So I have to hit a soft skin vehicle with 2.
But you get your full
you only have to hit a
complement.
hard
You get your, no,
vehicle
no, no.
with
You get your
1?
full complement of D6 against the soft skin
remember,
vehicle.
he got to roll 1d6.
I
It was
see.
actually very, very hard for him to do that compared to your odds. And you were hitting on 5s and 6s.
5 and 6.
You were rolling, multiple
Which-
dice for 5 and 6.
Makes even less sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. It's incredibly hard to do, and he just dropped the mortar shells into an open top vehicle on a 6.
Yeah, he had to roll 1 die for a 6.
Yeah.
I had to roll 4 or 5, whatever it was,
Yeah,
for
4 dice.
5s and
Or
6s.
fives or
For
six.
5s or
But I
6s.
had
Yeah.
to hit. I had to hit with 2 of them in order to kill it. He only had to
Yeah.
hit with 1.
Not any more like Crossfire.
It's a little wonky, but okay.
It's old. It is old. It's an older system. It's the Crossfire comparison is incorrect, but and it's
In Spearhead, we have a bunch of other things that we
Yeah.
have to contend with. So
yeah,
it's like,
that's gratuitous. So all right. So that's out. The Sherman's done. Anything else?
I don't think I want to, because my poor little reconnaissance troop will just die if he shoots. So yeah.
All right. So we will then quickly. It's been a very quick turn, which is because the indirect was eaten by attempts to drop smoke, and so that
Yep.
mortar did the thing. Yep. All right. Good. Okay. So let's then flip over to our friends, the Germans. No melees. And spotting. Free spotting. You will want to do that.
You can see me.
Yeah, that dude.
Yeah.
That dude is most visible. That dude, no. 'Cause you got the hedge in the middle. Them dudes, no.
You can do a chance test on this guy, though, because we've determined that he's now within.
Yeah. If you got somebody that you think can hit him, you can chance test this guy.
But they have to be
Panther.
within.
They have to be
They have
within
to be
12
within
inches.
12.
Everybody
right?
within 12 inches can.
Okay, well, the
Oh, like
Panther's outside.
nothing. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're at
Panther's
extreme
outside
range
12.
with them anyway, so.
Well, for a chance test, I'm at
Mhm.
extreme range.
Yes, that's what I meant. For a chance test, you are basically at max range.
Okay. Yeah, there's no point for that anyways.
All right, smoke.
Well, here's a question. OJ, are you back?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a question for you. Now, smoke might be beneficial to you if you put it in front of this guy to keep him from shooting your infantry.
Yeah.
If you want to use it that way. Otherwise, you can use it offensively if you want. Whichever way you want to do it. You could
Right.
go after this Piat team again if you wanted.
Set of curiosity. All right. So, and there's absolutely nothing this infantry can do against armor.
I've been trying to
Anymore.
run.
Not
the
anymore.
I've been trying to run the math on close assault, and I don't think so.
Okay.
However, you can run away.
Yeah. And that's what I was wondering about, if I should just fall back.
There's
and
no
just
like
wait for
pinning
that.
mechanic in this game.
Right.
Yeah. You can run away, and you've got another company that has a Panzerfaust too. So
Right.
Because basically, as soon as you come off that hedge into there, I can't see you anymore.
Right. No, I know. That's why I was looking at just falling back, because there's not much that they can do right at the moment. So,
right.
in
So
these
if you want to
guys-
use the mortar offensively, then yeah, you could go after this Piat team again.
Yep. That's what I was going to. Yep. That's what I'll do. I'll go after them. So when the time comes.
We have Kevin Young doing math in the chat. Achilles had a 44% chance to kill that soft skin, whereas Destruct had a 16% chance to kill it, to the gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I took my chance.
Congratulations. I have
Math.
calculators too.
math.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So neither of us are doing smoke.
Okay. Movement.
Yes.
Yeah, you have some movement. Yeah.
Yep. So I roll the. I need to roll 1d6 and subtract off whatever the die roll is for this infantry, right?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. 4.
And suddenly they vanish.
Oof.
And we'll roll for the machine gun.
Mm-hmm.
All the movement I've got.
All right. Any other movement?
I don't have any.
No movement of any kind. Very good. No melees were started, therefore shooting.
Order 81 against the Piat. That's
My
out
poor
in the
Piat.
open.
Yeah, he's skulking in the open for sure. 2 dice.
Measure from the border.
He was this turn. He was stock still, so that's a 5 or a 6. For the
No, they moved.
No, they moved.
Did they?
Everything has moved up to that
Very
area.
good. So a 6 for the first tube. 4, 5, 6 second tube.
Oh,
No, nothing.
Okay. The Nebelwerfer.
Call it.
Yeah, let's see.
Revenge. Revenge.
I think
Red
we'll
Wing.
go for the mortar team this time.
All right. 1d6 to see if it's coming. Yep. 2 dice for 6s.
Uh-oh.
Oh! Oh!
Oh no!
Oh!
Oh,
Wide
hey,
range mortar.
Hey, Vance.
That's not me.
Oh, no.
this-
I know it's not you. I'm just remembering what you said earlier.
Yeah. Good lord.
They couldn't hit a broadside of a cow, I think
they
was
couldn't
it.
hit an elephant from here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
well,
they did their job. They took out the gorilla, and now they die gloriously.
now it's time to discover just how poorly or well you can roll. This is 10 dice
Hmm.
for 5s and 6s.
Yeah, counter battery sucks.
I wouldn't call myself a battery.
I get one lousy 5.
Doesn't kill it.
Which does
Unbelievable.
nothing.
Thing. Nothing at all.
Unbelievable. Apparently, you're right. They can't hit the broadside of a cow from there.
Cow.
10 dice, and I get 1 5.
And
That's
all
no,
those soft skin people out there, and you roll a hit and nothing gets even a scratch.
Yeah. I rolled 2 6s, and whoop, doesn't matter.
oh lordy. All right.
Uh,
Well, that, unless the Germans want to tell me something else to shoot at, I don't think you got anything, right?
no, well, I don't. How about you, OJ?
No, I don't.
All right. So,
I'm going to try that roll again, just see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
You
all
killed me
kinds of-
lots.
that was,
Oh, yeah.
That was
See?
many deaths.
There was the roll I should have had right there.
All right, so we take
Oh, well.
a look at the range and we say, yeah, they're not close. So Mouen is still very much in German hands, and there's still a bunch of very strong tanks, and there's an observer and a naval of airfare and all sorts of other crazy stuff. But the British are still coming. Interesting. So this will pick up speed as I go back and now reread things and make sure what we screwed up. If you are watching this and if we screwed something up, all you RFR players, let us know, please. Good Lord, that's what this is about.
I'm sure we did.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can take the if right out of that
100%.
question statement.
100 darn percent. What we screwed up, please let us know. We'll make amends and fix it, because this is a small battle. I see the speed. I see the potential for speed once you get everything straight in your head. Because all the other battles that I'm building, well, all 2, are much bigger than this, with a whole lot more dudes on the side.
The 2nd edition rules literally says take like a full brigade of infantry and then all its like support, and that's what you play against each other. Have fun.
Right. Right. It's built for that. Reasonably well, I think. We'll find out. We'll find out more. But anyway, tomorrow, General Darmay, the Battle of Grossgorschen continues. Our guy Matt from Cornwall will not be with us, but I am confident that Chrono and Achilles will be back in fine form. I don't know if we'll have Giorgio. It might just be the two of you. We'll see.
Oh dear.
Yeah, having at one another. And then on Saturday, we should have a pretty full table for the Battle of Isandlwana for Saturday night fights. This is the Men Who Would Be Kings rules as modified by the nice guys at Little Wars TV. So lots of fun things coming up. We'll pick this up on Wednesday and try to blaze through some more scenarios to see what we think. Let me take one more peek at the chat. By the way, Achilles, your odds of rolling that poorly were 2.77%.
There you go. I never quote the odds.
Yeah, never. That was
Never tell me the odds.
Tommy Maguire's answer. Never tell me the odds. No, the vision ranges are not nerfed. This is range. Remember, this is not a tactical scenario. When you're talking about guys like this is a platoon of tanks, but more importantly, this is a full company of infantry that OJ has in here. So the ranges are proportional to that. Whether we think that's good or not, I don't know yet. But that is what you should be thinking of. So, with that in mind, thanks to those who watched, thanks to those who played. Don't forget Grand Army tomorrow. Until we meet again, please take care of yourselves and one another. We will talk soon. Pause. Pause.
Good night, Ian Jackson.